Greetings, military truck fans. Today I have a M756a2 model. It's a 1970 model. It's a Kaiser-Willys manufactured. According to the serial number, it is one of the last of the bunch, if not the last. I picked this truck up a year or so ago. It was part of a purchase that was a auction through the government. They had given it to a fire department in Pennsylvania, and they had used it as a water truck, various things, and then they sold it under auction, which a local person bought 3 of these, and then I bought this one from him. I ended up repainting it earlier this year, and this is the color scheme I picked. The soft top was trashed, and I found one nearby. However, it is tan, but I do like the color contrast. This model is equipped with a winch. I think it's a 20,000 pound winch. I haven't tried this one yet. One day it's my goal is to get it out and make sure it does work. I do like the insets that the fire department added there for getting up. You can walk on those just fine. They're very sturdy. This one does have pretty much snow tires all around. This truck, like I say, it's the 756 version of the M35 series. This was made as a pipe laying truck. What it is this long frame that you see here would pivot back and form, as long with the one on the other side, a A-frame, and the winch assembly was here, which the fire department removed that, and they had a pump system set up there, unfortunately. However, one day I will try to get a winch back in there, but the winch system would work with the A-frame, and you could pick up different pipe components. They didn't make a whole lot of these trucks. I'm not sure the total manufacturer, but it wasn't that many. I think in 1970 it was only 5 or 7 made. They have this headache rack that was used to hold chains and other various components of the winching system. On these series, the sides are removable. They're quite heavy, so you just undo some bolts that hold it in, and then they come out. Mine, unfortunately, was very stuck and rusted in, and I had to work to get them undone so I could take the top sidebars off. These trucks do have a wood bed. That was just part of the system that they had. Different hoisting blocks would attach at different points, as you see in the truck here. The front rack, those holes are factory. The cabling system would come out of there, and the other side you could have chains that would buckle in. Also, you have these feet that would they come out and extend down, and then you lock them in place. That would give you additional support at the back. This one does have a step ladder welded on it. That was not the case because originally this is like a roller system. This would roll as you winch something up, it hit this and roll up. However, this has been welded back in place, and then a step ladder was added prior to me getting it. Different options in the 35 series is the tailgates were removable. I do not have a tailgate for this truck. However, it just locked in here and then would flip down as you needed it. They could be equipped with bench systems if you wanted benches on it. These do not have benches on it for troop carrying, but I think most of the trucks did have those. Just if you needed to carry troops around, you had the ability for that. Standard pintle hitch on the back. It's got power for air systems on the back side to tap into for trailer system. I went through all the brakes on this. I replaced front and back, all the brakes. That was quite a chore to do. All the seals, boots on the front, all of that was quite labor intensive, but like I say, once done, hopefully that won't have to be done in a long time. The A-frame bars, like I say, they actually is supposed to extend another 18 inches or so. They was cut off, I guess, to provide room for something else. So they cut both sides off, and then, like I said, I'm missing those pieces as well as the tying into the top where they would tie in together. I probably will fabricate something myself for that in the future for that. Nothing much. It's other than that, it's pretty much similar to a 35 series. Everything else, can't think of anything different about it. These trucks do have the 465 motor in them. Pretty much they actually use them in a wide variety of agriculture tractors like Oliver tractors. Very similar design. Inside, like I say, I guess they added some kind of a coating on it. I'm not sure what that is. I ended up adding EGT monitor. I do have a PSI gauge on it because even as it is, you got to watch your temperatures. It will get hot pretty quick on you if you push it. So you got to be careful of that or mindful of that, and not be on the throttle too much. This truck with the tires on it, it will do 55 to 60, but that's kind of pushing it. It does track really easy and drive really well. It's not, skittish. I do have another M35, and that one moves around the road quite a bit more. This one's much tighter. Like I say, I don't know if it's factory correct or not or true, but it's got 3,158 miles and 1,681 hours. However, like I say, these gauges could be replaced, just like my oil gauge went out and I had to replace that. I just used a standard aftermarket system for that. Everything else works just fine. These are the bows I have. I ended up adding an extra bow at the top on the corners. Maybe I was missing those. I just had the 3 in the middle. But the sides were sagging a bit and water would kind of puddle up during a rainstorm. Otherwise, it's not bad. Truck drives really good. It's a lot of fun. Shift pattern does take a little bit to get used to. But like I say, it's got a good sound to it. Gets people attention for sure. Off-road ability, I haven't had it a whole lot off-road. What little bit I have, was no trouble. It just idles along and you don't have to give it any throttle. Put it in low range, first gear, and it'll just crawl along and you're not doing anything to it. But these trucks were pretty durable. Pretty easy to work on. I mean, I'm mechanically inclined, but so far I haven't hit anything overly difficult, just time consuming to do some things. I did do the adjust the fuel settings down some. I did do the bypass on the fuel system there, just to help make it more reliable. Otherwise, it's pretty much stock the way it's set up. One of my goals is to probably get a better air filter system in it. Maybe that will cool down my EGT temps as it is. I think I've replaced the filter. That didn't help any. I just think it needs more air flow. I think this gets 350 or 400 cubic, what is it, CFM of air. I like to have like the 5-ton series that has the fender mounted one. They get closer to 600 CFM, I do believe. It'd be much nicer to have. But anyway, this is a quick overview of my 756A2 model. Have a great day.